Where's my script? I hereby call the Parks, Recreation and Community Service Commission meeting to order October 24th, 2024 at 5:40 p.m. Recording secretary, can you please conduct roll? Here. 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 Thank you so much. The first item on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. Can you all please join? Living in the future. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll begin with presentations for the employees of the month. Commissioner Wu, would you like to start?
Yes, for you, Alejandro Claire, she's a clerical aide. Alexander Claire is a reliable, independent team member whose contributions are valuable. Her extensive knowledge, experience, and bio personality consists of driving us towards an excellent each day. Alejandra is not only a beacon of guidance, but also a mentor, having gained 2 of her current clearance aid staff members. Her dedication extends beyond her core responsibilities. In the past month, she's played a crucial role in the data collection for the Museum for All programs. Most recently, she has taken an additional responsibility, including assisting the education department with the Fiesta Playground and developing a program for the Dia de Muertos. The support Alejandra provides to the clerical aid staff is exceptional. Her creativity, her attention to detail, her customer service skills, and unwavering accountability makes her an indispensable asset to our team. We are truly fortunate to have Alejandra Claire as a key player in our employees. Thank you very much, Alejandra Claire. And the other employee in the month is Alex Mosqueda. He is a zookeeper 1. He's been nominated for the employee of the month for September. In the past few months, several of the animals out Harris or have been undergoing medical treatment for various health conditions, including heart disease and eye infections. There are numerous challenges that come with the treating exotic animals. Alex has been able to navigate through all of them very successfully. He has developed a trusting relationship with the animals in his care, which allows him to deliver the necessary medication. This includes multiple oral medications, eye drops, eye ointments every day, sometimes twice a day. The well-being of the animals is always a top priority, and Alex to ensure the animals are prepared for veterinary care is needed. Receive their medication as prescribed and feel the best always. Thank you very much, Alex.
Do you have any commissioners out there?
So the next employee of the month is
Okay.
thank you. So the next employee of the month, we have Dee Thomas. Dee Thomas has been with the city for 7 years. She joined the zoo as a board member with the Friends of Santa Ana Zoo, coming from a background as an HR specialist for Boeing. Dee participates in multiple zoo committees with Friends of Santa Ana Zoo and contributes to many events and programs. In addition to her role with Friends of Santa Ana Zoo, Dee also has a background with horses, and she contributes to the animal care and grooming of our beautiful pony, Danny, on a weekly basis. Dee spends time talking to visitors when she's at the zoo working with the pony, and she started working with him in 2017 and has contributed over 275 hours in recent years. Thanks, Dee, for being an amazing volunteer and contributing so much to the zoo and the city.
Commissioner Ray, please.
This is a volunteer of the quarter. And the nominated is Anita Rizzo. I'm sorry. Anita was an active volunteer at Southwest Senior Center for over 5 years. Aside from being part of the Velera Folclórico Generación de Oro and actively performing in events, she would volunteer in other activities. Okay, let me try. For several years, she led a weekly dance and fitness class at the Southwest Senior Center. Anita was well respected and loved by other seniors because of the positive and pleasant demeanor. She encouraged everyone to participate in the classes and all other center programs. She served as a welcoming ambassador for new participants at the center. She showed them around and made herself available to assist them in any way possible. Her support and advocacy for senior services in the city is greatly appreciated, and she will be deeply missed.
Yes, everyone. I know this is a little bit tough, and I think for all of us, Anita was well loved here. You would see her here doing her dance class every Friday, volunteer walking from home because she didn't drive. Always with a smile, greeting everybody. She did not pretty much let nobody know that she was here, helped everybody as needed. Always willing to help in the kitchen, in dancing. If we didn't get an instructor to cover, she would be there to help, talk to all the seniors, make them feel welcome. If she would see someone in the bus stop, in the store, she would let them know about the senior center and how proud she was of her senior center. So she is well and will be missed. In her honor, we're very proud to have recognized Anita. Thank you.
No, and we'll go ahead and then present her family with the recognition. As you can tell by now, we unfortunately lost her last month. But Sylvia is an example of how much she was appreciated and how much, again, as you have already heard, how much we're going to miss her. So thank you for this recognition for her. Let's read
Maribel Silva. We are so grateful to have Maribel as part of the zoo leadership team. Maribel started at the zoo as a part-time clerical aide and transitioned to a full-time operations coordinator, supervising guest services, among many other responsibilities. Maribel brings an enthusiastic and positive approach to the zoo every day. Recently, Maribel worked with the education team to transfer over responsibilities for booking zoo field trip reservations. There's a lot of coordination, arranging field trip visits to the zoo. And Maribel has excelled at taking on this new task, which frees up the education team to focus on programming. Additionally, Maribel has taken an increased lead role as a liaison with Yelp for an event they're holding at the zoo. Beyond her day-to-day responsibilities at these additional roles, Maribel is creating a cell phone Audi tour of the zoo for visitors. Maribel always looks for ways to improve the visitor experience and make her organization shine. Thank you, Maribel.
You want to read the second one, so we can then,
Yeah.
I don't know if I saw it, Mike.
Okay. We also have Sean McDonald. Sean has been part of the animal care team for almost 18 years, and during that time, he has contributed immensely to the zoo's goals. A couple of his greatest strengths are his keen observation skills and his ability to fix things. Sean not only notices problems, he also repairs and reports minor issues before they become bigger. This has been especially valuable the past 5 months as the zoo prepares for re-licensing inspection by the USDA. Sean was assigned project days to help complete maintenance work that was needed prior to the inspection. He spent many days trimming trees inside animal habitats, cleaning leaves off the habitat roofs, and touching up paint along habitat barriers. He also spent several days doing these extra projects in addition to the animal care work he has routinely assigned. The zoo passed a relicensing inspection and the first attempt, in part due to Sean's diligence in completing these tasks. Congratulations, Sean McDonald.
Great, thank you so much, Commissioner Diaz. Vice Chair, would you like to read your 2 employees of the month?
Sure. I have Jorge Campos. Jorge has been an awesome resource at Jerome Center to myself and the rest of the staff here. Jorge seems to be available to support another staff with procedural issues, taking time to explain and walk staff through the process. Personally, I am greatly appreciative of Jorge helping me through the aquatics paperwork, from scholarships to transfers, which I have struggled with understanding. I know with Jorge's support, I was able to better understand the process and now feel confident that I can tackle most aquatic issues moving forward. I am nominating Jorge for being so supportive, helpful, and an example of what the City of Santa Ana's Parks and Recreation Department is amazing because of the people like him. Miguel Ochoa. Miguel Ochoa made an immediate impact when he joined Senior Services in July 2022. He was hired as a senior program leader supporting the Senior Transportation Program and began to use his education and experience to better serve the seniors participating in the program. Miguel's effort to improve the level of services being provided led to the addition of supplementary transportation services and the participation of more seniors in the program. He also worked diligently to enhance the documentation and data gathering process to more efficiently track and report the program operations. Miguel's professionalism and work ethic provided for him to be promoted to community center aide the following year. In this role, he was extremely helpful in facilitating the transition from part-time to full-time drivers for the program. Miguel was heavily involved in preparing the training materials and responsible for setting up the initial routes, making sure that they would serve the most seniors possible. Because of his ability to work well with others, his unwavering support and care for seniors, and his constant willingness to learn and grow, we strongly support his nomination for Employee of the Month.
Great, thank you so much, Commissioner, Vice Chair. Let me go ahead and read my 2 employees of the month. The first we have developing leadership workshops for the teens, and cultivating the new Youth Empowerment Initiative program. One of her greatest accomplishments is the Volunteen program, which consists of 25 teens between the ages of 13 and 17. The Volunteen program is centered in creating opportunities for youth to gain professional skills through experience and volunteerism in community and citywide events like Me Encanta, Fiestas Patrias, Kids Night Out, and the Back to School Resource Fair, and most recently with older adults at the Senior Center monthly celebrations. As an incentive, teens are able to attend large excursions to Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm, Oakland Apple Orchards, and a private movie showing at the Frida Cinema. Vanny is appreciated and respected by the Garfield team and the community she serves. Her strong qualities have allowed her the confidence and ability to succeed and take on new projects and responsibilities. She is dependable, reliable, and has a keen sense of judgment, all of which precede her well wherever she goes in life. Congratulations, Vanny.
If I may on this one.
Yes.
Mr. Lara, can you please escort our October Employee of the Month front and center? Oh.
Rocio?
Yeah. Hi, Rocio. So Rocio Mesa, she's been with the city for 28 years. She's the recreation program coordinator. Rocio Mesa was originally hired in 1996 as a part-time employee with the after-school program. She then, since then, Rocio.
So I have to do this. So can you do this on a while?
Leading to her current assignment as the recreation program coordinator of the senior services. Rocio enjoys working with people of all ages, but she especially likes working with seniors. Early in her career, Rocio accepted the opportunity to join the senior services team and contributed her experience and talents to meet the needs of our seniors. Since then, she's worked diligently to ensure that the activities, programs, and resources best suited for the needs and interests of our senior population are readily available for them at our senior centers. In the past year, in addition to being responsible for the Southwest Senior Center, Rocio took on the challenging of managing the daily operations of our senior transportation program. She effectively worked on training and preparing the full-time drivers she supervises for the expanded level of service she envisioned for the program. Rocio's caring nature, patience, and attention to detail have contributed to her success with an appreciation for our seniors. Her exemplary efforts have led her recognition by Okta just this month. Congratulations, Rocio. Thank you for always being the best. Like to share a few words about your experience here in the city.
You are maybe retired volunteer. I just love what I'm doing. I'm very blessed. Blessed to have this job and just to provide a great service to our seniors. We just came back from Old Town San Diego, so who wants to leave this job, right? Have that great opportunity and great boss and staff to with that support. So I think we're all very lucky to be here and in a way be part of this great team and of this great city. So thank you. Really honored. Thank you.
Great, I believe those are all the recognitions for Employees of the Month. Next on the agenda, we have public comments. This is the time for the commission to receive comments from the public. If you have not already submitted a public comment card, please do so and submit it to the recording secretary. We have one public comment. Les Hall, which if you would like to stand over here, we're usually at the chambers, but
Can I sit or stand?
you can sit there. Yeah, that works. You have 3 minutes for your.
Have something else before I start.
Of course,
Three
yeah.
minutes. So anyway, just want to put something on the commission's radar for a month. I guess it's connected to the zoo, so I'm not sure how the public comment works, but it is connected to the zoo. Okay, but there's a creek called Santiago Creek that runs through Santa Ana. It's the only riparian naturalized habitat the city has. And these are pictures of the Bridge, Baker Street. And these are also a couple of pictures, people walking in it during a tour by Orange County Public Works. So main thing I want to sort of bring it to people's attention, put on the radar. There's still ongoing activity. The U.S. Army Corps originally had a plan from 40 years ago to turn it into a concrete riprap drainage ditch, which is a 40-year-old plan. I think that's being changed. Even the Army Corps wants to change it for habitat protection. It's a bird sanctuary. And it kind of, what I'm looking at eventually, I think it's a huge asset of the city for a habitat preservation park. Different type of park, very forward-thinking park, but it's in line with what the zoo's doing and their mandate to expand beyond their physical perimeter. The Eco Center, Santiago Park, but creating a habitat preservation park would be something that Santa Ana could do that would be unique, but definitely not the only one. I think it would show a lot of forward-thinking environmental activity. Wouldn't be a place to be open all the time. The main residents would be the owls, the hawks, the visiting eagles, and people, classrooms that will gradually maybe increase the amount of native plants, be milkweed for monarch butterflies. There'll be a lot of programs, but it does kind of extend the mission of the Eco Center, Santiago Park, and creating part of Santiago Creek, preserving it mainly as a habitat preservation zone. So I'm just throwing that out, but I'm not sure how that would start. It's still in the process of being the Army Corps' plan worked out, but I think there would be a lot of grant money from the Army Corps not doing what they were planning. This part fits in with the state's mandate for preserving land and green space. So I'm not sure where to start, but probably would need a champion or champions in the Parks Commission and the city and the zoo to get this going. So this is just to put it on the radar. That was it.
For less for the public comments and for the public to address the commission on these issues. It's always great to provide feedback to city staff. Next on the consent calendar are items 1 through 3 with staff reports on item number 2 and 3. Recording secretary, can we approve any excused absences for the consent calendar 1?
Yeah, they wanted to do staff presentations and then after staff report, and we approve the
Thank you. Great. Okay. Executive Director, may we have the staff reports, starting with the public library staff report?
Yes, sir. Chairperson Rivera. This time I'd like to bring Executive Director Sternberg up to give the Santa Ana Public Library staff report.
Thank you so much, Director Scott. We have a number of great programs and offerings happening in October and November at Santa Ana Public Library. With the closure of our main library, we're really making an effort to do more throughout the community, whether it's via our bookmobile, whether it's in our community centers, in the parks, wherever it might be, and of course at our New Hope Library. So this first one is a part of our author hour series. And I would like to invite everybody to join us at the New Hope Library, coming right up here on October 26th from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock p.m. for an inspiring author hour program with Luis Javier Rodriguez, renowned poet, novelist, journalist, and Los Angeles Poet Laureate in 2014. He is a leading figure in contemporary Chicano literature. Rodriguez brings powerful insights into identity, community, and resilience through his work. He will discuss his best-selling and award-winning memoir, Always Running, which is a gripping and honest account of his life as a young Chicano gang member in East Los Angeles, and his journey to overcome its challenges. Always Running is a New York Times notable book and winner of the Carl Sandburg Literary Award, praised for its raw potential of life on the streets and its message of hope and transformation. So don't miss out on this unique opportunity. We're all really excited. I will be there for this one to hear from one of the most influential voices in Chicano literature. Please contact staff with any other questions, or you can feel free to ask me as well about this program. The next item I'd like to talk about is our Zip Book Grants program, which is back again. I think I spoke to you guys at some point during the pandemic when we did this, because guess what? Our buildings were closed. Well, we're back to a closure, but this time for a really great reason, right? We're getting that big renovation at our main library. So we're bringing this great grant back. And this time around, we were awarded some more money than last time. We're up to $13,627 from the California State Library, which is a department of our state of California. And this is really meant to be a model, kind of a unique model for interlibrary loan services that bridge the gap between a library's regular collection development practices and a home delivery service, how the libraries would normally purchase our books versus getting them from Amazon, which is exactly what this does. So the purpose of this program is first to provide patrons with speedy access to books that we don't have. So if we don't have this book, you can go online, you can submit a request. Guess what? If we don't have it, you will get it shipped to you from Amazon. Once you're done reading it or looking at it on Amazon, guess what? Bring it back to the library and you're all set. We'll put it in our collection and it's a win-win for everyone. We're excited to bring this one back and, look to, even after the main library reopens, we hope to have this program, again in the future at some point. But once this program does end and we do expend these dollars, what we always do is revert to what I call a suggest a purchase option on our website. So even though, we have used the $13,600 you will still always be able to say, hey, you don't have this book. The form is right online and you'll be able to submit. Our librarians will take a look at it, make sure that's kind of the intermediate point between the grant and our normal. In terms of programming, we have many, but there is one that I'd like to highlight for this particular group. This is a Day of the Dead spectacular featuring an Aztec dance performance by Ballet Folklorico. This will be on Saturday, November 9th from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock at our New Hope Library. This is an opportunity to experience the vibrant rhythms, ancient traditions, and mesmerizing dance rituals that honor our ancestors in a powerful cultural tribute. So please don't miss this one. It's beautiful. These dancers are amazing. I've seen them before. Please come out. Join us for that one. Like I said, that one's Saturday, November 9th from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock p.m. And with that, that concludes my regular report, and I'm open to answer any questions.
Thank you so much, Secretary. Any comments or questions from the commission? Library? Yes, thank you. I wanted to ask about the Friendsgiving at, Teen Time. That seems like a really cool activity. Will there be food provided? It says food there.
Yes, there is almost always food provided at our, yes, it does say that, yeah, and delicious snacks and treats will be provided. We almost always provide treats for our teens.
Yeah.
It's just a great way to get teens at the door to begin.
Right. I've been visiting the Library of Things at New Hope. And what I checked out most recently, or I would encourage more, is the not a Wii, but it's the Wii,
Which?
The Nintendo Switch?
the
Nintendo
Switch,
Switch?
yeah. There
More
was
games?
more games, yes, and more of the controllers.
Okay,
So there
Yeah.
was, I think there was one there, and I checked it out, but also there was more selection of games, and so.
we're always looking to boost that collection. It's really fun. So yeah, we can definitely do more Switch games.
Yeah, and I did see more of the cards, and so I'm thinking that they had come over from the main library.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
thank you for
We've
having
really
me
pushed a lot of that stuff from over to New York.
over to the yeah. And that was it. I think that's the only question that I have.
Will do.
Commissioner Dudley?
You guys also offer a camera rental, no other libraries.
I know we, oh, like DLR kinds of cameras, I know we have GoPros. And I could check our catalog to see what specific cameras we have. And you can also.
I think it reminded me because we talked about.
Yeah.
They feature a lot of schools, high school.
I'm looking right now on our website to see what we have. Yes. They're very popular, so there might be a little bit of a wait list and we don't have too many, but we do have a Canon digital camera EOS 800D. That is a model. Yep.
So we could rent a GoPro.
Yeah, and we do have GoPros as well. Yeah.
And that's the individual photo, right?
The GoPro is more like it records, like sometimes you'll see people who riding bikes and they'll have like a GoPro on their helmet or something around the handlebars of their bike to kind of, it's more like an action kind of camera as you're moving about, as opposed to a still camera that's.
No, I was a little excited. At one of the movie nights, they were taking pictures and then giving you the pictures.
Oh, a Polaroid.
Yes, Polaroid. Now that's.
Commissioner Wu, I love that. I'm gonna add that too as well.
And we were.
I think those are actually pretty, not nearly as expensive as like the digital, high resolution.
Well, I was kind of excited about that because for our pumpkin harvest, we wanted to take pictures and I thought that would be, I could have rented that, so.
Well, let's make sure we get some.
Okay.
I'll
thank
double
you.
check.
There's a new Polaroid ones that the photos are pretty small. You know, not the big ones, but the pictures.
Yeah, they're little ones, yeah.
You also take donations, so let's say people want to donate their Switch that's still working condition.
If anybody in the community has good working condition games or controllers and they would like to donate, we'd be happy, just reach out, send a message through the library's website and we'll be in contact.
Okay.
Anybody can do that, just in the comment section.
As long as they're working.
Yeah, as long as they're clearly. Yeah.
Sorry, one more.
Yeah.
But, are you also increasing the programming for teen programming throughout the different centers? Is it just in Garfield and Salvador?
Yeah, we do have the 2 teen time locations and we have a lot of, teen offerings at New Hope. That's typically where we're doing it, but we also offer teen stuff from time to time on the Knowledge Mobile as well.
Okay.
That goes around the community.
And Roosevelt Walker, I remember, I think it was 2018 when we had the digital library.
Yeah.
Are we also considering to reopen in meantime? Or anything, is there anything on?
We do have some like computer lab stuff
Uh-huh.
that's there where anybody, including teens, can go in and use the
Uh-huh.
computer and take advantage of the computer lab and stuff, there will be a staff member out there,
Okay.
but that's currently done.
Is it also, like could I say, like, published or
Yeah, it's on our website.
on the website? Okay.
Yep. It's on-
Is it okay if, you can ask the person who handles the Instagram page to kind of just put a little, just put it out there? Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Did you want to mention? Have they, Director Sternberg, have they started construction at the Delhi Library Extension?
So the Delhi Library should be getting underway soon. We're in the permitting process and everything like that. And then Delhi will, once Delhi gets completed, that is when we hope to do the presentation happening tonight. That's when we're hoping. But we're close.
Got it, okay.
We're close. It's just a matter of getting all permits together and having the contractor mobilized, but they already have for Delhi, a limited notice to proceed, even if the contractor is now ordering long lead items for the project. And get the ducks in a row, and then we should be starting. Probably within the next.
Will your presentation also give an update for the project cost rate? Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much. Any other questions or comments for Director Sternberg? Move on to our zoo operations report.
Great to see you, commissioners. Update on the students from the animal side. We finished our season with the butterflies, the Boston Butterfly Aviary Night. That will come back in spring 2025, and then it'll be with us for 6 months. We have some new animals. One that we just received pretty recently from the LA Zoo is a Tenrec. It is this little cute animal. It's an insectivore from Madagascar that looks like a baby hedgehog. But it is one of our ambassador animals that visitors to the zoo may encounter for doing programs like animal meet. So that's one to look out for. That's brand new. Happens in September. Sometimes we help other facilities when they have emergency situations. So we assisted a facility up in the mountains when we had the wildfires that were going on all over with some evacuations for animals. County team has evacuated in last year. About 75 each had evacuated. So that happened. Lots of different construction projects that are going on locally right now, either recently completed in process or planning stages. Various maintenance projects. We completed a lot of fencing that needs to be installed to bolster our perimeter fence on one side of the zoo. We also have had some projects that recently went out to bid. The pathway project, our pathway accessibility project will pave the pathway from the front entrance all the way up to the otter habitat and then down towards the children's zoo. Right now we have skirt pathways, and in the winter time they get very slushy, which makes it hard to navigate. So hopefully we can go forward with a contract award in the very near future and get that under construction so we can have it open in springtime. Projects in the planning phase, we have the Hive Education Building. That one is going through plan check right now, and that will be about 2,700 square foot multi-purpose room that will be able to expand our education programming, have community meetings, and have potential rental space available for people for weddings and things. So that is going through plan check, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it could start construction. We can start construction in early 2025. Another project that is going through plan check is a perimeter wall at the north end of the zoo. That will bolster our security. Right now, we have a wood telephone pole fence that is a little bit in disrepair, and it's from the 1970s. So the new wall will be a concrete wall that will help dampen sound when you're at the north end of the zoo. So it's a little bit quieter. You don't hear First Street and the freeway. And then it'll also replace this wall that's failing. It's just beyond the end of its lifespan. Some updates on the Eco Center. Still waiting for the fabrication of the brand new exhibits to finish. That's happening in Virginia. There's a museum design fabrication company that is building all of them, and they'll be shipping them to us hopefully in March or so. There's some items that are part of the fabrication that are taking longer from their sub-manufacturers just because of the specialty nature of that. But when you walk in the center, there will be a very nice polynarium, which is an aquarium and terrarium combined that will have a Western pond turtle, which is our native pond turtle in California. And that's supposed to be delivered in December and then get set up. And then the rest of the exhibits will come in later. But staff are at the Eco Center right now doing programming at different times, and that will ramp up more in the future. Right now they do Creekside Story Time, and then they also do an art program, an animal art program, and then are also available at the center when people come by, typically Friday through Monday. But again, that will expand once all the exhibits are completed. We have a grand reopening, so to speak. They also held in September Intercoastal Cleanup Day, which I know the Public Works Agency also did that. And that brings attention to cleaning up waterways that eventually lead out to the ocean. And with the creek there, it goes to Santa Ana River, which then goes out to the Pacific Ocean. Big project that I want to talk about that's been in the works for a long time is the Giant River Otter project and the primate trails habitat. Construction is going along very well now. It's rapidly moving towards completion. Hoping to get the water system commissioned and started in December sometime. We're waiting for one key component to happen, which is the company that installs the steel netting for the monkey habitat. It's been a challenge getting them out here because they just have so many projects backed up, but hopefully they can mobilize very soon and get that done. It'll probably take them about 8 weeks to do that part of the project. And then once they finish that, we can get the water system going and then move towards getting animals acclimated to the new habitat and then work towards opening it for the public in 2025. So excited to get that moving along. But as you walk by now, you can see all the pathways, the lighting's installed, fencing and the landscape is coming in. It looks really, really neat, and we're really excited about that project. Other sort of public works zoo coordination projects that are happening in the dirt overflow parking lot of the zoo. You come in and park there right now. It's a little bit disjointed with fencing and things because there's a project installing a PFAS filtration well. I know that's been presented here before. So the zoo parking lot is one of the sites that will have filtration vessels to remove PFAS from the groundwater. And that project will take about a year to wrap up, and then the road will get replaced and it'll be like nothing ever happened. Also, we're coordinating closely with Public Works and their water team because they are developing a large-scale stormwater capture project at the zoo, which will capture, it'll be big cisterns in the ground. They'll divert stormwater that would right now just go out to the ocean through the creek. It'll divert it there. It'll treat it, it'll collect trash. Some of it will percolate into the ground and it'll slow the rate that it goes out to the ocean. And then above ground, we'll have some parking lot improvements where we'll have permeable paving to capture additional water. And there'll be a small little parklet in the corner that has a swale, which is a little channel to collect the rainwater as well, and signage about that and some benches and things. So that project's in the design phase. We've been actively working on that every couple of weeks as that project gets designed. On the corner of Zoo Lane and Chestnut, something that everyone that comes to the zoo through that little intersection struggles with sometimes is a left turn to go to the zoo. There's a lot of traffic there. It's a really busy intersection, but signal is under construction and they'll be done with that hopefully by the end of November. The really cool thing is it's going to have a decorative crosswalk that has animals. So we'll have that art piece there, the signal. It'll be much safer and easier for people to make that left turn to come to the zoo if they're coming down Zoo Lane. And then the last thing I'll end with is just the number of different events that we've had going on recently. In September, we had a huge event at Santa Ana Unified School District, which was their college and career readiness fair that brings a couple thousand people to the zoo, and all the colleges give out information to potential students, also different resources for vocational programs and other community programs that are around for all the Santa Ana families. We had an orchid show in the end of September, the 3-day orchid show that we have every year, where you could learn about orchids and buy orchids. Chemistry Day just happened about 2 weeks ago. And that is a coordination with the American Chemical Society and local colleges and universities. Their students come out and they do science experiments and demonstrations, and there's a fun science presentation. And we've been working with them for many, many years on doing Chemistry Day every September. And the last thing going on right now is Boo at the Zoo. We had Boo at the Zoo last weekend, and then the last 2 nights of Boo at the Zoo are Saturday and Sunday this coming weekend. And that is a Merry Not Scary Halloween event where you can stop at the different trick-or-treat stations, and there's entertainment and animal presentations, and the kids wear their costumes, and it's just a nice mellow Halloween experience for families and small children. So I'm happy to answer any questions that the commission might have.
Any questions or comments from the commission? Thank you so much for the update. I'm very happy to hear about that crosswalk. I know coming up that street and making, is it gonna be on the side of Chestnut?
It'll be a
Cross.
three-way, it'll be a signal, like a light.
Light signal.
Yeah, so it'll stop the traffic in both directions.
That's great.
Yeah.
I know.
It's a T at that spot.
Yeah.
So
Very scary.
Yeah.
So it would slow down traffic.
it'll slow down traffic, but it'll really help the cars that back up on Zoo Lane that can't make a left turn. You know, like usually around 5 o'clock, they're all backed up down the street, so they'll be able to move easier.
Safely. Yeah. That's great news. Thank you so much for that.
Absolutely.
If there's no more questions, I think we can move on. Thank you for that report. Do we have any additional items that the commission would like to pull from the consent calendar? If not, could I get a motion to approve items 1 through 3?
I so moved to approve this.
I second.
Recording secretary, can you please conduct roll call to approve consent calendar items 1 through 3?
That was moved by Commissioner Wu and Vice Chair. Commissioner Darwin. Commissioner Diaz. Commissioner Ray.
Here.
Approve.
Yes. Thank you so much. Okay, nice. Now, so item number 4 is related to the Parks, Recreation and Community Services Commission meeting schedule and location for 2025 calendar year. Executive Director, do we have a staff report?
Yes, I do. So it's that time of year again, you know, to where we get started looking at 2025, the dates to have our Parks and Rec Commission meetings. And I think we were very successful on the 2024, where we took 3 of them on the road. So I made some notes on the one. You don't have it here, and I can explain it to you. But as of right now for next year, we don't have any conflicts on Thursdays throughout the year, except for where we come into December and November. Thanksgiving does fall on that. So I am proposing that we do the same where we combine December and November, which we are doing this year, to December 4th. Additionally, I'd like to propose again on April 24th that we hit Jerome Center. On July 24th, I'd like to hit the Santa Ana Zoo, because I believe at that time we should be fully open with our river otter exhibits. That'd be a fun little thing, and might be able to hold the meeting actually out on that deck, because there's plenty of room there, so that'd be kind of neat. And then again, I'd like to showcase our other senior center again in October of 25 at the Santa Ana Senior. And then other than that, every other meeting will be at the Santa Ana Chambers there at City Hall. So that is my proposal to you, and if we all agree on that, or if there are any suggestions, please let me know, so I can bring it back to the next commission meeting for approval, which will be our final dates for 2025.
Okay, can you repeat that one more time? You mentioned, what was the Jerome date?
April 24th, Jerome.
April 24th is Jerome. Okay, and the second?
July 24th, Santa Ana Zoo.
Okay,
And October 23rd, Santa Ana Senior Center.
and then you mentioned December 4th, just to kind of combine that, those 2 dates for December and November. April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Oh, there's dates already here. Thank you.
So also another one that I've been throwing out and I forgot to ask, how would you like January? I'd like to also propose on February 27th, we go to the New Hope Library and host a meeting there. So we can hit one of our libraries. I know once we open up the big one, I think we definitely want to go out there. So that would be my suggestions to you all. So it's a nice balance. We'll be at the chamber 7 times, and we will hit the road 4 times for a total of 11 meetings in the calendar year.
New Hope is Ward 1. Jerome is Ward 2 here. And then the
Well,
zoo is,
Jerome falls, and it's right there on the border.
Oh,
Two-
It's
two-
between, yeah.
and then I know the zoo is over there in Ward 3.
Yes. And Santa Ana Senior is Ward, but again, I want to hit the other side. We only have 2 senior centers, so I want to hit the other senior center.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. So, do we do, any comments or questions from the commission on the date?
Do you want us to move the approval of this calendar
This would be a,
or just
I guess
an
a
acceptance?
conditional approval, so then I can bring back for a final reading to where it is approved. So this is my, y'all suggestions and comments. I've made my suggestions. And at the council's pleasure, if they'd like to make any changes to my suggestions, they may do so.
Seems workable.
Yes. Jerome will be at the Jerome Community Center. We'll probably do it inside the gym. Last we went over to Salgado. We did inside the gymnasium there, and they got to see the gym and they got to see things to do. And like I said, Jerome is one of our really heavy. Yes, sir.
Where's the other community center over here? Garfield?
We have Garfield, we have Roosevelt.
Roosevelt Walker.
Yeah.
Okay, well, are there any other comments from the commission?
I like that we're rotating and going to different community centers and we're not touching the same community center. So I like how we're going around the city.
Yeah, fortunately, the zoo, I want to showcase that every year because it's such a great place, and Ethan and his team have done such a wonderful job, and coming around July 24th. We're gonna have a lot more there to see, and our Giant River Otter project should be open by then, so it'd be great to showcase and have in the background and such like that. So the zoo will probably be a yearly thing, but the other 3, we'd like to rotate between, I want to put the libraries in there, our senior centers, rec centers, just so you guys can see everything we're doing. And again, when we do have other centers coming up, for example, Memorial Pool, we'll definitely go there in 25. Santa Anita Center, when that opens up, we'll definitely schedule that. So I want to take you guys there, to have meetings, not just City Hall.
And this is good. I think, I would motion to approve this, but I would like to, incorporate some outreach and engagement. I think, especially for the four sites, maybe a social media post to the public or canvassing that specific center, a month in advance. So
try to get some more participants. Okay.
At a goal maybe of like 10 community members, I mean, you know,
We can get our community engagement team on it, and I'm sure Brian wouldn't mind helping us on his social media, and we can probably get Paul Eakins to post on his, and of course Ethan can get, like I said, a lot of social media.
especially
Even-
at these four sites.
Sure.
You know, city council, I mean, you know, but general,
Or even just post flyers at the centers, maybe like 2 weeks in advance.
no month.
And yeah, that's fine.
sooner.
Yeah, as soon as possible, we'll post something at the center so that the regular participants can see it and save the date.
So with that said, I'll come back with a finalized like that for approval, and that will be our 2025 council park commission meetings.
Motion?
I think maybe you'll come back when you start.
We're doing both?
No, he's gonna, get an approval
Yeah.
for the city council on that.
That is a move to approval to approve what I just talked about, and I will bring a final copy for you guys. That is fine.
I think I have initiated the motion, and so you can say.
That was the motion by Chair Garza, second by Commissioner. Now to approve the.
With engagement plan.
Commissioner Garza. Commissioner Ray. Commissioner Wu,
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, okay, we have 2025 down. Okay, hearing, we have that down. And next on the agenda are informational items number 5, which is related to the New Hope Library Capital Improvement Project update. Executive Director, do we have a report, or Director Sternberg?
Yes, sir. Turn it over to Executive Director Sternberg to give a New Hope Library Capital Improvement Project update.
Thank you, Executive Director Scott. Yes, so our New Hope library renovation is one of our several capital projects that we have going on at the library. This will be the last one to get started. Because what we don't want to do is close all of our buildings or, you know, really bring down our service to nearly nothing. So we will plan on finishing our Delhi Library first, and then once we have that one open, New Hope Library will get underway. So we anticipate that beginning in April of 2025, the project will officially get going here. And then, or sometime in the spring, but April is what we're hoping for. You know how construction can be, and we're hoping to complete this one by January of 2026, the New Hope renovation. The renovation will bring a wave of innovation and enhance the library tremendously. You might recall a few years ago, we replaced the furniture. We did a little bit of work on the landscaping around it. Redid the parking lot, but that was about the extent of the improvements, right? It was furniture and some landscape. This time around, it's getting a full renovation. So moving on to the next slide, you will see what exactly we're going to do in terms of the project scope. So New Hope will get a new glass storefront style entrance and lobby. Now, on the previous slide, you saw what it was going to look like, and I saw many of you taking pictures of it, and that we're really going to try to bring some color and, you know, because it's one of those buildings from the 70s, and it typically has, you know, with very few windows, that they typically tend to be dark, lots of, lots of dark flooring and dark wood in there. So we're going to really try to lighten it up, make the building more attractive and more inviting and welcoming. And I think more relatable to the community, right? Somewhere that people want to be, that third space besides work and home. This is again, just like our community centers, we want our libraries to have that warm, welcoming feel as well. We're also going to put, and this is probably one of the most exciting features of the new building, is what we're calling an innovation center, so a STEM lab. right when you come into the building, right to your left, you know, currently it's, you know, we have computer tables there. But we're really gonna transform the space into, you know, a working kind of lab, maker lab, where, you know, kids will be able to, and people of all age, I shouldn't just say kids, people of all age will be able to go into, you know, do circuit, you know, create circuit boards, you know, and do Cricut projects, do music editing, video editing, having all the software there, 3D printing, all the things that you would kind of expect out of a library makerspace will be in this particular area of the building. And you can kind of see a very, the middle picture is sort of a reference image of what that will look like. We're taking out the carpeting in there. It's going to have sleek concrete, polished concrete flooring. It'll have, you know, lighting that is LED and kind of really, I think, captures the intent of the space, right? The high tech kind of environment that everyone in the community can go learn, create, and just, you know, connect with their neighbors and others in the community. One of the best, another really great thing, I shouldn't say there's many best things about this project, but another great thing, and one of the things I'm most excited for, is to redo the patio in the back of New Hope. So if you haven't been out to New Hope in a little while, New Hope has a small little patio in the back. Right now it consists of, you know, one old wooden bench, concrete, and a steel metal grate that kind of, you know, keeps the area secure. You know, unfortunately, we do have people trying to, you know, who get up above it, there's a pergola kind of shade structure that doesn't actually provide much shade, but it's solid enough for people to climb up there and get on the roof. So what we're going to do, if you go to the next slide here, is we're going to kind of rethink what that patio looks like. And there's the inside of the patio. And these are conceptual pictures. We've done a lot more work on it. So this is just, you know, don't take these pictures to be the end. It'll actually, in my opinion, look a lot better. These are earlier conceptions. But you can see instead of a hard capped surface above it, we're going to do colorful shade sails. These are not the actual colors. These are just conceptual images. And we're going to, instead of that, like, it almost looks like, you know, a prison cell. We're going to really make it more attractive and get rid of the big heavy duty, you know, stainless door. It's still going to be secure. It's still going to be safe. This is actually going to be more safe and secure, but we're just going to make it attractive. We're going to make it someplace that when you're in the library and say, oh, I want to go back there. I want to sit out there and read a book. This feels really comfortable. This feels relaxed, you know, like almost a little sanctuary behind the building. So while still, you know, making it more difficult to, you know, for somebody to get up on the roof or do things that they're not supposed to be doing in the back of the building at night. So we're really excited about that one. And another great aspect of this project is new roof, new windows, all new HVAC, flooring, carpeting, lighting, everything like that is getting replaced. That was on the last slide, but I'm just filling you in because that's really big. All the building mechanicals are original. So we're talking middle 1970s, nothing has been changed out. It's all in dire need of replacement. So we are going to really fix up New Hope. All the new windows, which will be much more energy efficient HVAC systems. Is really going to both help with the you know, the sustainability of the building, but also just make the building you know, a more friendly and comfortable place. We're going to upgrade our community room. It's going to have new audio and visual equipment. Nothing quite like what we're going to be doing at the main library, which that community room, just as a side note, will be fully equipped for a Browning style meeting. So similar type of equipment that you would see at, you know, in the council chambers will be at the main library. So we're excited about that. And like Hawk said here, mission meetings, once that main library opens, that's going to be the place, right? We're eager to get that going. And then we're also, finally, we're just gonna make a new accessible family restroom in the children's area. It's a tight space in the children's area. We really want to get that, that single-use family restroom. So parents, caregivers can take children in there, don't have to go into, the other public restrooms. Just, again, just making the space more comfortable for everyone, especially our families here in Santa Ana. Go on to the next slide. And finally, this is, our schedule here. You can see we are planning to start construction this summer. We're going to close in April, May. Once Delhi opens, we'll really get going May, June of next year. And we are planning for about a 6-month construction duration, and we'll get it open probably here, maybe a couple months before the main library. So this will be New Hope, and we'll go straight into the main library. So 26 is going to be a big year, especially that first half. Santa Ana Public Library. We're really excited. So going to the very, very final slide, I just wanted to provide a little layout of the building once we make all the changes that we're promising. You can see we're kind of redoing the shelves. This image is a little stretched. But what we're doing is we're angling the shelves a little bit to make the space feel a little more dynamic, but also provide more visibility into the stacks for the staff. And I just think make the space more interesting. Since the furniture is really new, just purchased that like 3 years ago, and it's really nice furniture. We're going to reuse all of our furniture. If you've been in New Hope recently, it's really nice stuff. Spent a lot of money on it, so I want to reuse most of it. Some things will be new, when you go into our maker spaces or in the staff areas for staff workstations and things like that will be new. And our whole circulation area and desks for people to check out books will all be new, custom furniture as well. So yeah, with this layout, that concludes my presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions about that, but I know Commissioner Herrera, you also just wanted a really quick update on our park project right across the street here. And I'm happy to do that. So you can see this one, Jerome Outdoor Library, Jerome Park. It's getting underway. And we anticipate that this one will, in terms of construction, is going to get done pretty quick. So our contractor is moving fast. The longer lead items, which are the shelter for the new 24-hour library, which won't be 24 hours, but it has the capacity to be 24 hours. But at night here, during overnight hours, it'll be enclosed in a really colorful, you might see pictures of it, kind of almost like bus shelter kind of structure that we'll be able to lock at night to keep the equipment and everything in there safe, and it'll open up every morning. Those are longer, so we might have maybe about a 4-month wait on those for manufacturing and the delivery out here. But the park itself is actually moving pretty quick. We are hoping to get the entire project done by the springtime. So I'm hoping that we'll see a grand opening for Jerome Park probably before the summer. So maybe April of 2025, we'll see that park open. The great thing about it is that I don't know of any other spaces like this, that really incorporates everything that you would see or expect to see in a brick and mortar location, but it's available outside, right? So you're going to have a program area to do craft or story time or a speaker event or even an author hour series event out there. But you're also going to be able to check out a book. Maybe a picture book and read to your child right there. You'll be able to get on the internet because we'll have Wi-Fi out there during open hours. So you'll be able to bring your laptop or mobile device or check out one from the library down the street and then come and bring it and use it right there at the park as well with the new tables and chairs that will be out there around the kiosk. And also the great thing about this park is that it does have a theme to it. It has a conservation theme, right? So it helps teach people in our community about being more water wise, about how giving them tips for how they can plant, drought tolerant and California native vegetation in their own backyards and around their own houses. We're in the community park that's right here as well, right? Or the community garden that's right here as well, I should say. So there will be a story walk also connected to it. And I don't know if you all know what a story walk is, but it'll be library themed signage that kind of tells the story of the water table in the area, how rainwater comes into the ground, how it hits the ground and goes into the ocean. And really teaches, like it's an educational space. So we're bringing that element to the park. So it's going to have the story of the watershed, how to be water wise, conserve our natural resources, and it'll all be in like along this little walk throughout the park that will also teach people about the native vegetation too. Here is the stuff that's planted. You can plant these types of things at your own home or in a community garden. So that's a little update on the Jerome. There's a lot going on in that park. There's also going to be new play equipment out there. We're going to replace all the old asphalt paths with all new concrete. And I forgot to mention, a really neat feature of it is going to sit right off McFadden, and we want to encourage, we have the senior center right here. We want to encourage the kids, we might see our seniors out there, but we want to encourage kids to come too, right? Especially our little ones, and have that multi-generational feel, right? We want the whole community out there, all generations, right? So what we're going to have is a tricycle safety little path, a little loop. It'll have stop signs on it. It'll have little parking spaces so little ones can ride around this little loop and learn about street safety and stop signs, like that, right in the park, and how to be safe, because we have a big pattern right there, right? Big busy streets. How do you be safe? That concludes my update on that one. I'm happy to bring back more pictures on that if you'd like to.
For sure. Thank you, Director Sternberg. Any questions for Director Sternberg? Commissioner Wu, and then Commissioner Diaz, and then Commissioner Jogway, and then we'll come back to Vice Chair Sakadista.
It'll be pretty short, but I was very impressed with the landscaping. As I was coming in, I just love this floral bush with redness coming out of it. And I'm really impressed. And then my eyes went on to all the work that has been done. So I'm excited to see the landscaping, especially that we're all been water tolerant. And there's so many people who decide to take the plants out and then they put a cement in, which just cut to me worse and makes it more too much of a city like and too hot. So I like that preservation of learning that we can use more plants and not waste water and still help the environment, which I really enjoyed. So it's really great. Thank you.
Commissioner Diaz.
I have a quick question. Is the construction that has $5 million, are we keeping like the outside shell of the New Hope Library, or are we completely building a brand new?
It's the brick, the shell of the building, it's all stays.
It stays.
So yeah, we're not taking any portion of the building down. It's a renovation inside, but then also all the building mechanicals, the roof to be replaced.
Oh, okay.
So similar to the main library renovation. But on a little bit lesser of a scale because there's not that whole historic preservation.
Oh, okay. But we're not adding an additional floor?
No, we're not adding.
What's the renovation cost for the main library?
The main library, the total construction, the hard cost was, the bid came in at a little over $19 million. And then there was, of course, there's soft costs with, that we've already incurred with architectural design services as well. But the hard cost, the cost for construction was $19 million.
Okay.
And a lot of that, I'll tell you, a lot of that cost goes to all of what they call MEP.
Yeah.
Building mechanics.
Yeah.
Mechanical, electrical, plumbing, because it's, again, That's 50s original, 1950s original equipment, and it's the most expensive part.
Yeah.
It's just getting the building up to code. It's about a little more than a quarter of it.
Thank you.
Commissioner Chadwick, or were you done, Commissioner?
I'm done. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm done.
Commissioner Chadwick.
Thanks for all you do. I think libraries are very important to our community, and limiting reading, can help really elevate a city and people's education. Regarding the program, do you guys have anything specific to teams that like teaches them maybe coding or Excel? Yeah, we have a lot of that stuff. If you go, like I can pull it up on our calendar, but if you go to the Santa Ana Public Library's website, we have our monthly calendar up there. There's always, like, there's always stuff. We have ongoing STEM programs for all age groups. We, STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics. We have probably after weekly basis with all this stuff. And then specifically for teams, we do a lot of that at our teen time centers, which is also. And we have, as Commissioner Diaz pointed out, we also have what's called Walker and Jerome Center that now has sort of a scaled down version of that with computer lab. Yeah. Just so that, later they have better time getting opportunities to hire jobs as well. Different opportunities. So the last thing is, what are the hours of the library? I know the main library is closed. Yeah, so the New Hope Library has, but now that the main library is closed, the New Hope Library has basically just taken the main library's hours, right? Because we don't want to, New Hope had a little bit less hours, but we essentially gave it all the hours because it's our location right now. So the New Hope Library is open Monday through Thursday from 10 to 8, and Friday and Saturday from 10 to 6. Thank you.
Commissioner Reyes?
I'm just very, very excited about the project on Zimmerman Park. I think it's gonna make a big change. Even for us to be, come here every day. It's gonna be more kid friendly, friendly. And although there's still family comics, but in the afternoon later, it's a different type of gatherings that made us not very safe, especially when it gets dark early. So it's going to be a big change for the better, and I'm very, very excited to see the project done.
Yeah, and I'm glad you spoke of that, because that's absolutely a part of the intention behind the project. I believe in activating spaces. It is a great way to make spaces safer. And I think that when you have things for all ages and the space is active, you just get more people who want to engage with the space in the right way, rather than canvas, which, just, kind of leaves it sometimes. To serve people who don't want to.
Exactly. So thank you.
Vice Chair Secretary Torres?
For the New Hope, well, actually, no, for the new library that we're going to have in the main library. I'm excited about the maker space, because I've heard a lot about them from other cities having that. Are we also going to be having sewing machines?
Yeah, we check them out. You can check out the sewing machine, and we have programs that incorporate them.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't started on that. If you have the plan in mind.
Yeah, I think it's really cool to have making space as well, so that people can go through the crafting and
That's all part of it.
cooking.
They have so much equipment in there, it's like, I don't even, it's like, you just gotta go see it, really, And they're already kind of, since everything kind of came over to New Hope, it's kind of already all there. And they're trying to, my staff is so excited to kind of, I think, realize that space, the way it's gonna be. Like, there are a lot of the programs and things are already going on in that space with all the equipment. It just doesn't look as nice as.
Do we also have, seats that are available from the part where, that section where you rent? Those spaces that we rent to the library equipment.
Well, and which items are you?
Seats.
Seeds? Oh, like a seed library that you can plant?
Mhm. Yeah, I've also heard about other libraries having seed
A
libraries.
little seed.
Yeah, so those would be interesting.
Yeah.
Great to have to all of our libraries. And any plans for solar panels at the new home?
No plans for solar panels. At the new fall. We just budget constraints and things like that, and just the building and everything, so.
Well, hopefully it goes in a more eco-friendly
Yeah.
route with our buildings. And then I'm looking forward to the outdoor Jerome Library, but I wanted to go visit the community garden. And I ended up in the middle of the field because I didn't know that it doesn't go across. And if we could add something that it doesn't go across, like you can't cross the park.
I think they're adding some signage for the community garden.
I was also going to
Yeah.
request for signage for
Yeah.
the community garden because I wasn't sure if the garden is actually open right now during construction.
Yeah, the construction company is adding that, I think parcels. Working with the public works on that side.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to activating all of our parks because hopefully we have a lot of parks, but hopefully we can find a way to get them all activated. That's all I have. Thank you.
Director Sternberg, yeah, this is, I grew up on the west side. And so, this was my, neighborhood library, and I'm really happy to see, the facade, look very welcoming and, inviting. And the vast, majority of, the investment that we're making into that library. The question that I had, or rather, well, I guess, yeah, question. Is it currently that back patio area, is it covered from the rain? Or when it rains, does it, because based off like the renderings, it looks.
No, it's not covered, it's like slats, right? It's like a pergola and it's got slats. So what we're going to do is just put, instead of the slats that people have been getting on top of, we're gonna do shade sails. And cover the space and that.
Will it be like covered from the elements or like rain or?
I don't wanna say it's gonna be like
Dry.
totally rain
So
covered,
when it rains.
but it will have, there will definitely be some protection from sun and rain out. Portion.
So it will be covered by the rain or partially? Partial, so you'll get wet back there? Okay,
Maybe, yeah.
Okay,
So,
don't hang out back there when it rains.
It's under, it's gonna be under a shade sail, but it's not like, I don't wanna say, a raindrop may not hit you or, or something like that, cause it's not like a full, it's not.
It's
like
not
a
full.
hard cap ceiling.
Got
or
it.
anything like that.
Okay,
Cause what we wanna do is make it still feel like a real outdoor space, and we still want the, we get sun here most of the time, right? So
Yeah.
we want people to, still have that feeling and the sun to hit you out when you're out there, and, of course, when it rains, you're welcome to come in too.
yeah, okay, no, just wanted to ask, because those are the pictures and renderings. You answered my question earlier about the furniture. I was gonna hopefully look at govdeals.com to see.
Yeah. Oh, if we're getting, yeah.
Yeah,
Now, did you see it on the-
yeah, I
the-
did
the
see
main
that,
one?
yeah.
The gov
For
deals.
folks that don't know, go to govdeals.com and you'll find all sorts of government stuff there on sale. Okay, nice. And then, you mentioned, a restroom, a family restroom. Can you help me identify that on the map here? 'Cause I'm very familiar with this site, but I'm trying to see where.
Sure.
Is this on the north, east?
Yeah, so it's all the way in the,
Next to
make
that
it easy,
red,
yeah, there's a little room, like a
there's like
study
a
room.
media room.
You
Media
know,
center.
purpose media room there, and you'll see right next to it, in between that and the children's area, is the family restroom.
Got it, okay, nice. And then, I do see, I like how you're kind of, when you enter, make that left, that you're changing that into a STEM area. And, is the community room getting bigger or it's just staying the same there?
The community room will be the same size.
Same size,
Yeah,
okay.
same.
And then, I see that, if there is any differences in the restroom, I see men's and women's. I don't know if it's possible still to just make them all gender. You know, like single-use restrooms versus like a gendered restroom. I don't know if there was just like a single stall. It looks like there's just one toilet there. Or currently, if you enter like the men's restroom, I believe it's a stall plus a urinal. And, you know, wash your hands. Here it's pictured just as one urinal, and so, or like one toilet. I don't know if there's,
You know, I'm trying to remember whether or not both of them are,
because if they're single use, I
Yeah.
mean, then I think it wouldn't make, you know,
I
it would
have
make.
to, I have to look at the specs and see. I cannot recall whether those would be gender neutral, or for some reason there were men's and women's. But I know that we do, when we do these projects, we try to utilize gender neutral as much as possible. But I cannot recall, I don't want to give you the wrong info on those.
Well,
two
rather, yeah,
specific
I mean,
questions.
just regular, like a single family, rather, I mean, it doesn't, gender can be included in it, but if it's just like one toilet there, then I can see how it would just be like a single,
Yeah.
all gender, yeah,
Mhm.
okay. Okay, that was my question. So if you can get back to me and see if those are,
I'll let you know, for sure.
but thank you so much again, like I said, for, the project that you're doing here at New Hope and, here at Jerome Park, so. Thank you. Okay, now, next on the next item that we have are questions or comments from the commission. Do we have any questions or comments from the commission? General questions, Commissioner Dollar? Any other, Commissioner Reyes? Commissioner Diaz?
I just want to. So much and done so well. So I was very impressed and I really love it. We get together last month, so we can talk about that. I am so committed to next year. I think I saw everybody in action and we know, I'm very.
Commissioner Diaz?
I wanna second what she said. I think every year you guys plan it even better. This year was bigger. We thought it was bigger and there was a lot more participation, and I see that the time frame still pretty, like when you start preparing it, I think it's very little time and you guys do so well putting it together. The participation is actually really good. I think this year it's a lot more participants than in years before. So I wanted to ask you, we're not having the, ice skating this year, we're not.
No, we're not.
Okay, good. But we are having the Plaza Navideña. event.
Yes, I will mention that in my comments.
Okay. I have another quick question. When someone fills out, permits for an event, and let's say it's a neighborhood event, is there a way that that particular event, if we're using citizen, funding, or is the city paying for some of the street closures? is it possible for that event to be advertised? And invite the other neighborhoods, because recently there was an event at a neighborhood. And that event started, of course, it was a flyer and the flyer was still, going viral, but some of the organizers were saying, no, that's a private event. And I think that if the event is to be private, then using residents' money, that's not private to me. Everyone should be invited and every single neighborhood should be welcome. If it's an event private, then I would definitely suggest our event department or event staff. The event is private, they should rent their own private location and use their own private funding and not the city, the residents' money. That to me is not private. And I do not appreciate it that some people were told you are not allowed to attend because you don't live in this neighborhood. But yet the event was closing the street, so I wanted to, in the future, any event that is residents funding that's being used, I would ask for events team to also, allow other people to come. I don't think it's fair that we tell other residents, you cannot come to my neighborhood. I did not appreciate that. So maybe we can address it or bring it to the next, put it in the agenda and invite our events coordinator team or event staff to tell us kind of like how, what's the process and what is considered private and what is considered open.
I can bring someone in, or I can briefly explain how it works. I am well aware. The neighborhood associates are more than welcome to have a neighborhood association meeting at our centers or at the schools. Now, if they're gonna do anything outside of that, they have to apply for a special permit like any other person, and they go through the process of insurance, fees, stuff like that. Normally it's paid for through whoever the event planner is or the station, but as part of the city, we do not sponsor any of that. Our Parks and Recreation does not sponsor any of those. But again, I can bring in our neighborhood associations, Margaret, to maybe give a presentation on that, of how that works, if you'd like.
I would like to.
And if you'd like, I can bring in our special events forum to explain what our permit process is. And some of you do go through that very well. So,
I would love that.
yes, ma'am.
Oh, well, no, I'll mention something after it's my turn.
Okay.
So.
Other than that, I'm very happy to see all the progress we're doing with the library, the zoo. I like the way that you put together the calendar for next year. So we're gonna visit the different sites. I think it's important. And I also agree with Chairman Herrera that, advertising and invite our residents. So those are my comments for today. Thank you.
Was your event like a specific, birthday party or?
No, which one? The event?
Yeah.
It was a trunk or treat event for a specific neighborhood that they got sponsors, and I think it was also some city sponsor. So that's why I was like, wait a minute, if it's a trunk or treat and you're closing the streets, but you're not allowing other residents to come, that's what it.
They said our council members have the discretion of using discretionary funds to sponsor in the event they'd like. But as far as Parks and Recreation, we do not co-sponsor events.
And that is the reason why, because if it's discretionary funds, I truly believe it's the residents' money too. And no one should say you're not allowed to come to my neighborhood. To me, it's like you're using the money, even if it's $5 that a council member gives you, $5 is the people's money, and everyone should be welcome to.
Thank you. Commissioner Wu?
Is Commissioner comments?
Yes, Commissioner comments.
Okay, well, speaking of events, our people, our neighbors, and Park and Recs, what you could do is partner with Park and Recs. And we have staffing, and we've been doing this over 7 years. Veronica is really wonderful. And we are, promoting or, getting the people in the community to realize that we have a community garden. And also I see that in Irvine, they have pumpkin festivals there, you know, and it costs money. So why don't we have this wonderful garden and we provide activities with them. And then also we raise funds with different businesses and also the city council person. But everybody is invited to these activities. And but it's one of the best things to do is to work with Park and Rec in promoting well, the activities of the Artesian Flora is to promote that city programs, you know, our parks and to make it safe. I think you both noted that a park that's used quite often and which has been really great for our Salvador Park is that we've been using it and that's why we do these events. And we also publicize it to the neighborhood in itself. So and we use our funding that we get from grants and Park and Rec, we contribute to that, those activities. In our Harvest Pumpkin, we also give out 100 pumpkins, which we raise monies for with the community. There's a lot of business but like you said, everybody in the neighborhood, and sometimes we've even had people from Garden Grow, which we don't take an inventory of whose accounts. We're just glad they're here and they know our park. So I think everybody within the Orange County could use our parks in itself. So that's the part interesting. When we do like we did a mural, we closed down the street and we got some grants monies to that too. We also had to provide insurance, which the city helped us with. Program. So we did invite everyone in the community, and Marguerite has shown us how to use the different programs that the city provides to have these activities. And it's kind of works hard to do funding in itself that we get. That we clearly know that anytime you do use public money that you can't really just have a private party. It has to be publicized to everyone. But one of our best deals has been working with Park and Rec. I was going to also bring this up too, is that we always have our Las Posadas, which one year for about 10 years, we were doing it with Park and Rec. This year, we're doing it by ourselves, but I'm thinking maybe we should partner with Park and Rec next year. Because we are dealing with the same community and the programs. And we made sure last year they have just the program with the kids where the special night out time for the parents and the kids were there and the kids were brought over to our program. So we do, but I do suggest talking to Margarita because there are a lot of grants. Yeah, there's grants that you get money. It's also the city council could sponsor it. And I just said, if you said we have this nice little board and we always talk with that city council person in the community and reach out and tell them this is what our events are going to be and to help us out in itself. So it's been very productive in our community. And like I said, I thank you very much for Park and Rec for helping us with these activities. Although in the last 4 years, the application process, it has been coming to be a little bit more than we've ever done before. We just worked with the director at the parks and they would help us through this process. But now they have, we the residents, which a lot of us don't have computers and have to rely on our children to help us fill out the applications. And of course, we do find a couple of college residents to do these applications, but it's gotten to be more of a process, but it could be done. And yeah, Margarita would be great to have to show the process because I've gone to several of these processes. But again, I like to bring that up. We're doing our Pumpkin Harvest Festival on tomorrow, starting at 4 o'clock. We're going to be giving out, and we have different organizations out to give out information and candy. And we're also, I think we're going to be giving out seeds. Our garden, community garden gives out seeds, and we're going to give out prizes for the best costume. And then the kids that we give the pumpkins to decorate them, and that's another process program. And we give out prizes for that. So we're helping. And I should mention too that the Victory Outreach donates and gives us spooky music, which makes it very, very, very nice. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Commissioner Wu. Vice Chair Zacarias Torres?
I just wanted to mention how excited and that I'm looking forward to the stormwater capture project. And I'm hoping that we already have some bioswales around the city, but I'm hoping that we can have a lot more all over the city. And I'm also glad that the New Hope Library will have the makerspace. Since I've been reading a lot about what other cities are doing with their makerspace. I'm looking forward to visiting it and hopefully tackling on a project or a craft in the future.
Thank you. I just want to thank, y'all working at the zoo and at the library. There's a lot of great improvements in providing these updates to, the commissioners and the public. I also, want to talk about, we had the state come down, there's at first I felt special. But they're doing they're doing about 40 different sites across the state of California, gathering input on basically urban design and how to design parks. Pretty much similar to our Parks Master Plan. I was able to talk about, it was a lively discussion on the issues and the successes that we've had with our facilities, our programming, our zoo, and I hope that the state was able to appreciate our engagement and our voices were heard, and I just wanted to share. Thank you for providing that opportunity and engaging the public and the commission. I also want to share, thank you for the sending the reminders for the meetings to kind of the constant reminders. I think is very helpful for us to kind of so please continue to engage the commission about the meetings and the times and the location. And I'm glad that we were able to calendarize next year's locations. I know that maybe with the elections coming around, there may be a shift on this commission, but with the return in the new year, maybe not at the December 5th meeting, but in January, a parks tour to get more solidified, with a more solidified commission. If there's any changes on the commission, we can schedule a parks tour at that time. And I just want to let folks know about the upcoming election, November 5th. Elections have consequences and benefits, and there's always, we should always be exercising our right to vote if we do have that ability and all of us are working really to improve our parks, and all of us have the city best in mind. And so, please go out and vote on November 5th. That's on a Tuesday. And I'll now call on the executive director for your comments.
Thank you, Chairperson. At this time, since we are at the senior center, and I know Commissioner Reyes is part of this one, I'd like to bring up our senior supervisor, Juan Lara, just to kind of gloat about what our seniors have been doing over the past couple of years and how we've grown. I'm very proud, and the city's very proud, and we're all very proud of what he's done. So if we could just take a couple minutes just to share a couple things, and then I'll give my final comments.
Good evening, everyone. As Bob mentioned, my name is Juan Lara, and I'm the supervisor responsible for senior services for Parks Operation here in Civic Savannah. And welcome to my home away from home. I'm actually located here right across the courtyard, and so I get to enjoy everything that happens here on a daily basis. So just briefly, go through the copy of our July magazine as soon as it came out. And then you have a quick summary of the weekly activities that we offer. As you already know, we have 2 senior centers in the city. Southwood Senior Center being the younger of the 2, and Santa Ana Senior Center being our original senior center in the downtown area. Next paragraph, we provide a variety of membership programs. Now, to our seniors on a daily basis, they also have an opportunity participating in our daily hot meal service on site. And of course, as you heard, they enjoy all of the added, attractions that we offer, including our monthly special events. So we invite you to stop by. We'll have our actually fall spectacular taking place next Thursday, the 31st. where they costume pockets for our seniors. And then in November, we'll be taking them to, the Citadel office to help them with their holiday shopping. And in December, we're possibly thinking of, taking them, out to Small Bed. So they actually get to experience a little, enchanted village during the holidays. Again, there's plenty for students to choose from. For those that actually need assistance with transportation because they no longer drive or don't have access to a vehicle, we also have our daily transportation program. And that program is actually also featured in Cultura. So, the articles here with some of the pictures. We went through a rebranding of the program, so now the program, rather than just referred as the senior mobility program, now it is called senior cruisers. And they're navigating the building in our vehicles throughout the city. So not only does we provide a day transportation from our facility, but we also offer weekend shopping trips. We are now taking them walking also for different parks on a weekly basis. And then we also provide monthly mini excursion pages from Mountain Farms last Friday. All of this is completely free of charge to our seniors. So everything that we offer on a daily basis is just focused on meeting their needs and interests. And the team that I have the pleasure of meeting, it just gets quite a professional fulfillment and pleasure to see how much they enjoy getting there every morning, participating in everything that we have to offer, and they want to try it because they actually help me get tired based on everything that goes on. So we appreciate the support and the encouragement. We again invite you to visit us, as often as you can. Come and check out our special events. Again, Commissioner Berenice can tell you all about how she does not miss any of them. And she's one of the first ones in the dance floor also. It's just a great pleasure to work here, and to see the impact that, of what the city of Santa Ana is offering to its, senior residents, is really having a positive impact. So again, thank you for your time, thank you for your visit today, and we hope to see you again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Juan. And then just last but not least, believe it or not, next couple of days, we have a lot of things going on here in Santa Ana that I do want to highlight for you guys. Deputy Director Fisher said, we have a booth at the zoo. I will be personally inviting you guys to join us this weekend if you can, with a +1. Ethan's team will have your name at the front gate, so if you guys want to come check out what we do out there. Last weekend they had close to 1,000 people each night just out there having a good time, fun. Our mascot will be out there, so we invite you guys to come out there. Also, if you guys have heard or buzz went around, tomorrow out at the Plaza of the Flags, we are going to have a Guinness World Book record attempt breaking of the I'm just going to read it because I don't want to make that. We're going to have the official record, or try to break a record of a it's called a Mazapán de la Rosa. It's a cookie candy. I've had many of them. We are trying, the city of Santa Ana is trying, or not city of Santa Ana, but they're trying to break it here in Santa Ana over at the Flags and trying to create a 10-ton Mazapán. The current record is 8 tons, which was set by Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. So I guess we're trying to bring it to the States. The program for that, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it is from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. However, on Friday, they're going to have opening ceremonies at 10, and then from 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., they're going to do the building of the Mazapán. And hopefully around 1:30, we are going to hopefully set the record and put Santa Ana on the map. So that's pretty cool, happening right there. You guys can see that there's a monster tent there at Plaza of the Flags, but they will also be there on Saturday and Sunday for you to enjoy some things. They will have food, they will have vendors, they will have music. So it's a really cool event. And also something we are very proud of. I mean, yes, it's not in our county or city, but as you guys know, the Los Angeles Dodgers are in the World Series. So we are going to be setting up a 16:9 TV, LED TV at Plaza Calle Cuatro. And it's going to be a free viewing to the public. Every game will start at 5:08 p.m. It will be Friday, Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday for sure. And we are encouraging people to come out, bring chairs, bring some snacks, go tour downtown, go shop downtown, go eat downtown. So we're gonna do that for the first 4 games. That is a best of 7 series. So first of 4 wins. So we will be out there broadcasting the games free of charge if you want to come out there. So we think that's pretty neat. And last but not least, as we mentioned, or briefly, as Commissioner Diaz mentioned, we will have our Plaza Navideña on November 23rd out there at Plaza Calle 4. And that will be our official tree lighting ceremony. We will have performances, we'll have music, there'll be a lot of great things out there. So we look forward to having you guys out there to join us. And last but not least, I want to gloat about our youth commission. We have all 7 of them now, and they have been well, we just got our 7th. He hasn't shown up yet, but we do have 7, but the other 6 have been very, very engaging, very proud to wear that shirt they have. They have navy blue, you guys are great. They come out for the events, they've gone out to our events, they speak, they get out to the community, and they've been very engaged. So very, very proud. I know Commissioner Joshua, we got to meet them out at the our last event, Mid-Autumn Festival. So again, great bunch of kids, and again, they look up to you guys because they just do. They talk about it. A lot of them did talk about Josh afterwards and ask some questions. That was really neat. So very proud of that. And then other than that, just continue to support us, continue to advocate for us, not just Parks and Recreation or the library and the zoo. So thank you guys for everything. And so we hope to see you guys out at the zoo or out at the Civic Center. Oh, and July. Halloween, if you guys are around, we're having our employee appreciation for the city there under the Big Tent. That's what we call it. We're actually going to keep that around. So if you guys aren't doing anything, we'd like to see you guys come out there. This is where the city dresses up. I know our recording secretary is going to be dressed some villain, so come see what Abigail's got. But we encourage you guys to come out there. A lot of people dress up, a lot of people in costumes. Our theme this year is superhero and villain. So you never know what you're going to see out there. I know my coworkers are coming in with a lot of cool stuff. So that is all I have. But again, if you guys can stop by, it is from 11:30 to 1:30. But also on a day, I know Juan's division, the seniors are having events at both senior centers. So, we're also excited for that too. So it's a lot of things going on. So that's all I've got. And guys, thank you all for your support.
Thank you. I hereby adjourn the Parks, Recreation and Community Services Agency to order at 7:32 p.m. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.